Hello and greetings. This is Brian Kennedy with the Entrepreneur Ecosystem here at Ampac Business Capital. And today we have the one, the only Coach Gilbert
That's
with
right.
Coach Yes. So I'm going to start with making sure you all see where within the entrepreneur ecosystem you can find Coach. Think about all things capital coaching and contracting that you got Coach for this. And so if you come to the directory, we're going to come to C directory, type in Gilbert Cannon, and then you will see his full profile. So you see everything he kind of can manage for you, as well as links to connect with him on both of his website platforms. And without further ado, you will be able to continue to connect further. This will be uploaded to the Access Business Community tab, where you'll be able to come across to his Small Biz Pro page. We are really excited to have a good training on the Small Biz Pro platform. Coach, thank you so much for coming in and showcasing how we can really get prepared using Small Biz Pro today.
You are welcome, Brian. It's always a pleasure working with you, man. I know together we'll help these small businesses become business ready, contract ready, and loan ready. So that's what
Right.
we're looking to do here. So let's start out with showing small businesses how to do an assessment. So when you first enter the ecosystem, we want to know from you, how ready are you? Because if we're going to help you out, we need to know how ready are you. So let me go ahead and log into the system here on the homepage so that we can actually show you and walk you through that process. So let me get in here and okay, there we go. Do the Small Biz Pro website. All right, there we go. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen so all of you guys can see this screen. And just so you know, to get to this website, you want to do www.smallbizpro.net. Now, Small Biz Pro is all one word, small biz, B-I-Z, pro.net. Okay. Now, this is where it will take you. It will take you to the home page. Now, all you've got to do is scroll down to the middle of the page where you see these four orange tiles. This is where the assessment occurs. Each one of these four tiles is an assessment tool. So we want to do business readiness. So first we want to see how ready your business is. So we're going to go to the second tile, which says business readiness. So I'm going to click on that one. Then it takes you to an assessment table. And pretty much what they're looking for here is some basic information from your business. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to populate this. So it's asking for your company name. So I'll select my company name. Then across the right, it asks for your personal name. So my name is there. It asks for your email address. My email is there. Then the phone number. And this is where you type in your phone number right here. Oops, there we go. And then after that, you go down to select your company's legal structure. So there are at least 5 different structures, guys, that every company has, at least one of 5. So you'll have either be a sole proprietorship, a general partnership, a C corp, an S corp, or a limited liability company, and then the sixth one would be a nonprofit. So let's assume that many of you guys are sole proprietors. So I'm going to select sole proprietorship. And then the next selection down below is to select your referral partner. Your referral partner in here will be Ampac. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking for Ampac. I haven't seen Ampac in here. So I am going to have to go in and add Ampac. Now, this isn't a part of your training, so I'll just go in and do this on the side so that
I can do
folks
that.
will understand how to do that. So let me get in here. and select AMPAC. So do, there we go. Okay, let's see. All right, so we're in here, and let me find AMPAC. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my screen? You see what I'm doing over here on this slide?
No, we only see your screen that says associates.
Okay,
Oh,
I will just go ahead and share my screen so you see what I'm doing over here. All right, so now let's see here. So I'm trying to add an affiliate. So let's see here. Member association. Okay, there we go. So we're going to go in here and we're going to add new. We're going to add. Now, this is not something that the general audience is going to do. This is just for me, my back office. So let's see. Da, 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 da. Mm, mm, mm. That's not what I want.
and so if so just out of to make sure I'm contextualizing this training as well. So if business owners did come to a standpoint where they did want to partner, they could also go through a process like this as well.
Well, yeah, and I'll have to do it. I'll have to add it for them. So that's how it works.
Okay.
So let's get in here. Add the US, United States. There we go. State, California, Association. Put it is all uppercase or just A, lower M, upper
Uppercase P,
P,
lower.
lower A, C.
Yep. And then business capital.
Okay. Okay. Then you're active, submit it. Okay. Let me get back in here. Look for my AMPAC in here. There's AMPAC right here. Okay. So we got AMPAC. And now I got to go in. Let's see here. Assessment. Partners. Let's click on that.
You have everything.
I'm telling you, man, we gotta make sure. I gotta think of everything, gotta think of everything. So let's see. Partners, we got that. Affiliates, content, system tools. Let's see. Let's go back to that. Oops. There we go. So now let me add AMPAC in here. Organization, AMPAC, business capital. And now your email, Brian, I'm gonna set it up so that when they come to this, they're gonna come to they're gonna come to it through your email. So when they register, you'll get notified that that this person just joined. Okay.
Put info@ampac.com because
Okay.
that goes to me as well.
Okay. So
Or my
info,
email,
huh?
whichever. Yeah. Info@ampac is the org email, just to keep it clean, because that comes to me too. So I'll
Okay. So info@ampac.org.com.
.com.
So info@ampac.com, right?
So
All right. And the status is active. So now I'll hit submit. There we go. So now we just added AMPAC as a strategic partner. So now let me get back over here. I'm going to stop sharing here. And then I'm going to reshare. And where was that? Over here. Good, good, good. Can you see the screen?
yes, I can.
All right. Okay, so Ooh, the problem with this is I'm gonna have to refresh it, so that's okay. I'll just refresh it and just redo it. All right, so here we are. We're putting in the company name, the owner's name, the key contact's name. Then we'll enter the email address, the phone number, the legal structure, which we're selecting sole proprietorship. Down here on under referral partner, we got AMPAC right here. See that? AMPAC Business Capital. So we select that. Then over here, we've got select an industry. So what's your most popular industry? Is it construction, food service, or retail?
Let's go with manufacturing.
Okay, so manufacturing, and then your enter your industry. So now you're going to type it in. So before it says select your industry. So just so you know, when you select your industry, there are 5 options. You got food, construction, retail, manufacturing, and other. If your industry is not listed up here, then you select other. All right. And then after you select other, then that's when you go down below and you actually type it in. So what do you want me to type in as manufacturing?
Yeah, let's go for service.
Okay, services. All right. All right. So now we filled out the 8 cells here. So now we're ready to move on to the next page. So we're going to double check our work, make sure that everything is spelled properly. The phone number is correct. Email is correct. The referral partner is correct. Your legal structure is correct and your industry is correct. So now we're going to hit continue. So that will take us to the actual questionnaire. So now we're at this questionnaire here. So this is what it says. The first question is, do you have a filed fictitious business name? If you're a sole proprietor, you should have a fictitious business name filed with the county in which you operate. So that's what this is. So question should be a yes. The answer should be a yes, I'm sorry. And then the second one, do you have business license? Again, that should be a yes. Most people conduct business here in the United States, supposed to have a business license. Business license is you getting permission to do business with the public. That means you have a permission to collect money from the public. So that's what this is. The third one is, do you have a federal business tax ID? That should be a yes. Now, do not use your social security number in here instead of a federal tax ID number. If you don't have a federal tax ID number, you go to irs.gov, I'm sorry, irs.org, and you apply for a new federal tax ID. It doesn't take more than, 15, 20 minutes to do that. Then number 4, do you have an established business model? Now, many people will say, yes, they do. And when they create their business, yes, they have a business model in mind, but you need to have it on paper. And this is a 1-page document. So if you don't have it already, no problem. Once we get connected in our training or a coaching session, I can do a 1-page business model with you and show you how to do that so you can get more out of your business model. Number 5, do you have a Dun & Bradstreet number? You definitely have to have one of these. A Dun & Bradstreet number is a 9-digit code, folks, that you are assigned by Dun & Bradstreet. And that 9-digit code is how they search for you. They store your information under your profile and let people know what you are, and which will later be converted into a business credit. It's like when you do your personal credit, you do your Experian and the other 2. Well, this is how you do it for business credit. Business credit and personal credit, folks, are totally 2 different types of credit. In business credit, you're scored from 1 to 100. Personal credit, you're scored from like 350 to like 900. It's totally different. So you want to make sure you have those 2. So with a Dun & Bradstreet, you want to have it. If you don't have it, the thing about this assessment is you want to answer as honestly as possible, because the more honest you are, the better we will be able to help you. So if you put a yes when the answer should be no, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because then we're going to assume that you're okay in that area, and then we'll move on to another area, only to find out that later on you're stumbling because you really didn't have those things that you said you did. So please, folks, make sure you want to be as honest as possible on these assessments. Number 6, do you possess an operating permit? Now, this is only if you have a storefront and you are selling certain types of products. You have a storefront, you're selling goods inside there, then you will need an operating permit from the city or the county. So if this does not apply to you, then you're going to check no. If it does apply to you, you check yes. Number 7, have you purchased business insurance? Each and every one of you, if you're running a business, you need to have insurance. The whole purpose of you operating a business is so that you make as much money as you can while limiting your liability, your exposure to liability. That's where insurance comes in. This is a litigious state, and everybody wants to sue everybody. So you got to protect your assets. That's what this is about. So make sure you have business insurance. If you don't have it, you reach out to Mr. Brian Kennedy, or you reach out to myself, Coach Gilbert Buchanan, and we can guide you and show you what type of insurance you need to get, what type of price you should be paying, instead of you going out and they're charging you $3,000 for insurance that you should be paying $500 for. So that's number 7. Number 8, are you an authorized signer on your company's bank account? You should be an authorized signer. So that means when you open your sole proprietorship business, then the next thing you do, once you get your federal tax ID number and your business license, then you go to the bank, you open a bank account. Now, you don't just want to choose any bank. You want to do your research on the banks and make sure that you've got a bank that you've got a partnership with and you can work with them. So you establish that, and make sure when you open the account, they give you a document. They call it the signature card. You want to make sure that you get a copy of that, because if you don't get that copy when you first open the account, then after you walk away, then you can't go back to the bank and say, oh, I need a copy of this, because they're going to say, oh, this is now our property, so we can't give it to you. So that's one of the things you need to learn. So business signature signer authorization on your account. Yep, you should have that. Number 9, have you opened a bank account? That should be a yes. Number 10, is your company's back office properly set up? And that's the part where we get to help you, to check you out, help you out, make sure that your back office is properly set up. So this is where Small Biz Pro comes in, and we show you how to create an account and how to go about setting up your back office. So all your documents are there when you need them on demand, and that's how it works. So we'll check this as a yes. And number 11, do you have a written business plan? Now, most small businesses, they have business plans, but it's in their head. So we want to make sure you have it on paper, guys. So we'll put a yes for that, but we know a lot of small businesses don't have theirs. Do you possess a valid seller's permit? At seller's permit, folks, you will need one of those if you're selling products. Any kind of product you're selling, you're going to need a seller's permit. So keep that in mind. A lot of people are not sure if they need a seller's permit. They're just selling stuff. And later on, the state comes back at you and say, hey, you remember you opened a business 3 years ago and you were selling books, or you're selling food or something to that effect? You needed to have a permit. So make sure you have your seller's permit if you're selling products. Only if you're selling products. If you're selling services, you don't need that. So we'll check that out. Number 13, does your company or any of its officers possess special certifications required to run the business? And that is if you're the owner, but there's someone else in your business with a valid license in a certain area, which is important to you running your business. So that's what that is. So if that's not the case, you check no. Number 14, does your company have a business credit line, a business line of credit? This is where Mr. Brian Kennedy comes in. If you guys do not have the business line of credit, then you reach out to him and said, Mr. Kennedy, how can I obtain a business line of credit to run my business? Because each and every one of you will need a line of credit. You don't want to use your money. You want to use other people's money. All
That's
right?
right.
So you are going to make sure that you get that line of credit, whether it's 25,000, 50,000, you need to have that. So if you get a project and you need to hire employees, you can hire them without stumbling around trying to figure out how you're going to hire people. So that's what this is.
And,
So
and and let me just make sure I say this out loud. An
yes.
SBA loan is not a line of credit, great people. Those are different things. So we'll make sure we guide you to both. All right. Thank you, coach.
Exactly. Exactly. And then finally, number 15, are you using your personal name for your business instead of a fictitious business name? So my name is Gilbert Buchanan. And if I'm running a business and I call it Buchanan, Gilbert Buchanan Company, then in that case, I don't need a fictitious business name because I'm using my real name. But if I'm not using my real name, and in this case, my company is Buchanan and Associates, then that's a fictitious name because that doesn't exist anywhere. It's just a name I made up. So that's where you need a fictitious business name. So if you're in the county of Los Angeles to obtain that, it's going to cost about $26. If you're in another county, if you're in is it Riverside? Not Riverside County. Riverside County is $55 for it. I'm just trying to remember some of the closer counties, but you want to check with that county to see how much it's going to cost and never assume what the cost is going to be. You always want to find out, okay, the fictitious business name is going to cost X amount. How long is it good for? You need to know that. So when it expires, you don't get left behind. All right. So we're going to check this and says no. So now we're going to submit our results. We're going to look, double check. Everything is checked off. All right. All our boxes are checked. Now we're going to submit our results. So we want to see what our score is. So that's what this is all about. So, oops, what happened? Something just happened here. What just happened? Ugh, something just happened. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. So there is our score right there. So on the left side in the salmon area is your true score. This is your readiness score. So based on what I just answered on here, my score is 90%. Now, in real life, I'm 100%, but I just selected some answers in here to let you guys know what happened when you're not 100% ready. So this is 90% ready, and here it says you have positively answered 9 out of 10 answers, and you must score 100% in this section in order to be ready. So now on the right side in the gray area, it says 73%. That's your overall score. That's just supplementary to the salmon area. So the salmon area is where we want to focus. That's where most of our true answers are. So let's scroll down and see what our next steps are. So the next step down below, it says, we encourage you to schedule a free consultation in order to be coached in how to improve your business readiness scorecard. And then the next number down below, it says, please call 888-882-1168 or email info@smallbizpro.net to improve your score. So that's when you guys reach out to me. That's what will connect with me. And when you call me, I will go over your score with you. And this is all free. You don't have to worry about paying anything. This is free service. So I'll go over your score with you. I'll explain to you why you get what you got. And most of the times when your score is low, it's because you just started in business. You haven't been in business long enough. So you don't have certain key documents that this assessment tool asks you for. So that's when your score will be lower. Now, if you've been in business for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and your score is still less than 100%, that means you weren't paying attention to some of the things you need to have. So we can just walk you through and say, okay, you didn't have this document, you need this document, you need this document. So then the next time you take this assessment, you should be at 100% because now you know what you need. So that's really what this is all about, guys. And once you have the score and you reach out to Mr. Brian Kennedy, then he can sit down with you, he can assign a business coach to you or a business advisor. And then when you sit with that advisor is going to go over this score with you. They're going to look at, okay, what did you have? Did you have the business license? Did you have your fictitious business name? Did you have your Dun & Bradstreet number? If you didn't have any of those, then they're going to say, okay, these are the things you need to have. They'll put a time clock on it. They'll say, you need to get this within 7 or 14 days. And the reason we put a time clock on this, guys, is just to make sure that you get these things out of the way so you can start focus on the real things. So you can start getting contracts. You can start getting your loans, that type of thing we're talking about. Okay. So this is pretty much the assessment right here. Now, one quick thing. So once you get your score right here and you see what it is, you can do one of two things. You can, the first button, orange button here, it says email my results. So you can click that. And if you notice the email that you put in before, it's going to go there. You can click it and submit it there. Or if you don't want to do that, you can go ahead and you can put Brian's email here, or you could put somebody else's email here. You know, whoever you want to send it to in your company, or if you have not a business coach somewhere else that you want to send it to, you put their email there and they hit submit, bam, they get a copy. Look at that. It says successfully sent. So now your report is being sent to that person that you want to have it. So if Brian looks on his computer right now, he's going to see a copy of this assessment. So now he's going to go, good, now let's meet. You just got it, right? And the thing I love about this is when you click on the email feature or the send feature on here, in 6 seconds or less, it sends that information. That's how quickly it sends it. Now, the next part of it on the right side says print my results. So you go to print my results. And this is where Brian and his business coaches and advisors will come in, and they will print the result and they'll go over it with you. So now they're going to say, okay, this is your score. Your score is at 90%, folks. And then your overall is 73%. Now, you got your company data down below. Then it goes over the questions with you. And it says for each question, you got a yes or no answer. The goal of this assessment is to convert your no answers into yeses. That's how you'll get to 100%. So if you notice, from 1 to 5, it's all yeses, which is good. Number 6 is a no. So now we got to flag that one. Got to convert it to a yes. Then we got to go down some more to 10, and the rest of them are yeses. So now we know we only have one item to convert. So do you possess an operating permit? If you're selling a product or you've got a storefront and you don't have a permit, then now you know you got to go out and get your permit. So once you get the permit, you can come back and take this assessment and say, yeah, got my permit now. Now your score is going to be 100%. And then that's when you will be ready. See that? That's how this thing works. And that's why we have this little basic assessment score that can help you guys and make you guys feel, yeah, I'm ready to take on contracts and get some loans and some lines of credit and make this thing happen. Okay? Any question, Brian? I see a hand up right there.
No, that was just a round of applause.
Coach, so this is really what it is, guys. It's a really simple assessment process. You don't have to worry yourself. You don't have to get stressed out. It's an easy thing. And if you don't score 100%, don't feel bad about it. We'll walk you through and help you the next time around. You will get to that 100%. So what do you say? What do you say, Coach Brian?
Yeah, that's right. I'll take it. Thank you, Coach Gilbert. No, this is excellent. And this is what we want to continue to promote.
Oh, yes.
As you're growing businesses, look at opportunities to not just incrementally increase your revenue streams, but exponentially increase your revenue streams. Where are government contract opportunities that can really grow your business? And how are you managing the compliance? But Coach, thank you. We're excited to continue to do this work alongside you. And so we'll continue to promote these types of opportunities to connect and learn and grow together. Thank you for your time. And
you are welcome, sir.
We'll be sure to point them to you.
Anytime, man. We're here as shepherd for these small businesses to guide them in the right direction.
Amen.
All right. Well, thank you. I know you got to run to your next appointment, so thank you.